You don't need thousands of dollars to start a successful product-based business. Matter of fact, you can start with almost nothing as soon as today. I'm going to show you how to start a profitable product-based business with $0 and make up to $10,000 a month in just 90 days. Oh, honey, I hope you're ready for this episode. If you are, get your pen, get your Post-it, get your ambition planner, and let's go. Hello, Ambition Babes. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the Face of Ambition, across all social media platforms, as well as wherever you stream your podcasts. I help women over 40 become ridiculously rich in confidence, mindset, and wealth by reinventing themselves, elevating their habits, and mastering their self-care, organization, and goal-setting strategies. But do not worry, sis. If you are not over the age of 40, consider my channel as your early advantage, so you can learn the lessons now and thank yourself later. Traditionally, I have a little bit of housekeeping in the beginning of each episode, but this video is absolutely not sponsored by any of the brands that I'm going to be name dropping today. The only thing that I want to remind you is that today I'm talking about profitable product-based businesses, and next week, Wednesday, I'm going to unpack how to start a successful service-based business. Now, although I believe that every entrepreneur should have both, but if you find yourself in the service-based business, I want you to know that this week is about producing your products, but next week I'm coming for those of you who are wanting to start a service. I'm going to give you real life examples on exactly how I started a profitable product-based business with absolutely no money. Honey, I'm not going to tell you what I heard, I'm going to tell you what I know. And this episode, as well as next week's episodes, are going to break down exactly what I have done to start a product and a service-based business that will help you to finally achieve your most ambitious goals. So if that is content that you are consuming right now, honey, you're going to want to go ahead and hit that subscription bell, send this video to your best friend, your sister, your cousin, and your mother, because it is time to finally stop dreaming about this business and start as soon as today. I'm going to go ahead and warn you, I'm not going to talk about starting an LLC, getting your letters of incorporation, how to apply for an EIN, or even open a bank account. That is a simple Google search or something that you can find on ChatGPT. Today, I'm going to tell you what no one else is talking about on how to start a product-based business with zero money in the bank. And do not worry, honey, if you have a few $1,000s to spare on starting your business, this information is for you as well. Before I get into the exact steps on what I've done to build a product-based business, I want to break down the most valuable piece of information that no one ever told me. And that was how to provide value to a stranger. Girl, your sister and your best friend gonna buy your product. That should go without saying. But how do you sell your product to an individual who has never met you, who doesn't know you, who can't validate if the product is actually going to work? That is why the very first step in providing value to a stranger is that you're going to need to understand their pain point. You cannot truly provide value if you do not understand their need. If you are assuming what they desire, instead of assuming what they want, take time and listen. Observe and do your research. Ask the big questions, like what challenges are you facing right now? Start paying attention to what they're posting about, and then start looking for common struggles in the industry. When I created the Goals and Gratitude Journal earlier this year, it was because I noticed that individuals were starting to feel completely overwhelmed. This year started out and everyone felt so hopeful, but somewhere mid-January, we started to see things being rolled back. People were losing their jobs. There seemed to be this air of chaos that was causing anxiety and fear in individuals. No one can tell the future, but we needed a dedicated space to stay focused on the things that we could control. You can control if you get up every single morning and work out. Now, you may not be able to control if you lose 5 pounds at the end of this week, but you can stay dedicated to your goals. You can practice gratitude, and you can write out your thoughts and feelings so that they have a sacred space for them to live as opposed to inside of your body. I started to notice that even though women really enjoyed writing out their goals inside of their ambition planners, and it was a space where they were putting their daily schedule, they were using more of the scheduling components more than they were focusing in on their goals and habits. When you start listening to individuals' pain points, that is the #1 way to identify the product-based business that you need to start. If someone in your family has celiac and they are deathly allergic to eating gluten-based products, but you want to be able to make a birthday cake, perhaps the pain point that you see is that there needs to be a gluten-free option that tastes good. You want dairy-free milk, eggs, and butter that your whole family can enjoy. So you start researching and finding solutions to the problem that you have first. And what I can promise you is that somebody else is experiencing that same issue. Be the solution. Take your skills and expertise and use them to be able to create a business. it's already a problem that you are experiencing, and you're already passionate about finding a solution for yourself. And what I can tell you from experience is that if it matters to you, it matters to someone else, or maybe even 100,000 someone else's. The second step is to offer a quick solution and a win. We love instant gratification. People value immediate, tangible solutions that can solve their problem quickly. The moment that you're ready to start your product-based business and you offer a free tool, a resource, or even a tutorial that will help them get from point A to point B, the likelihood of them purchasing your full product increases exponentially. You've already helped them win. You've been the solution to their problem. If you've ever faced a similar situation and it's the product that you sell, share your experience. If you made a hair gel, a face mask, or even a lip gloss that helped your lips go from dry, cracked, and ashy to plump, kissable, and unchafed, people want to hear about it, especially if you can show how your product helped your lips go from one way to another in a short period of time. The third step is to connect them with the right resources. I love a girl who has a podcast recommendation, who is ready to share a book, an article, or a video that's going to help me solve my problems. Helping someone without an agenda builds instant trust and positions you as a genuine problem solver. For example, if you need help with productivity, you need to head to the link in my description and download your very free 5-day downloadable. My goal is to be able to help you become more organized and wealthy. And because time is money, you need to spend your time wisely. I'm going to gift you a free 5-day downloadable. You're going to absolutely fall in love with the product. I'm going to position myself as a genuine problem solver. When it's time for me to ask you to purchase the full planner, it's a no-brainer. You've already fallen in love. Oftentimes, we don't even have to ask individuals to purchase it. They want it after day 3. Being a resource and connecting individuals with the solution to their problems is an amazing way to be able to sell your product to a stranger. The fourth step in this process is to validate, encourage, and motivate. Sometimes the most valuable thing that you can offer is encouragement and validation. No one likes to feel like they're alone. Like they alone have stretch marks and need a product to be able to help remove them. Like they alone need a carpet cleaner to be able to get the stains out of their carpet. Acknowledging the struggle and your wins validates their experience while promoting the product that you offer. People remember how you made them feel 10 times more than what you gave them. And step number 5 is to be consistent and stay in touch. A one-time value is great, but ongoing value builds a relationship. Following up shows that you actually care and that person was not just a transaction and an extra dollar in your pocket. Every single one of us has to learn how to sell to a stranger. And these first set of steps that I've offered you will help distance yourself from your competition. Okay, I'm ready to break down the exact steps that I took to start a product-based business with absolutely $0 and scale to $10,000 monthly. Like I warned you at the beginning of this video, you're definitely going to want to take notes. Pause, rewind, and play this video over and over again to start your product-based business. Let's go. Because the very first step in this process is understanding how to pick your product and your business model. Use your experience and your skills to create your product. Each and every one of us has skills and experiences that we can actually see ourselves turning into a business. But don't step outside of what you know and try to be an expert on it. That is a sure way to experience burnout and imposter syndrome days after getting started. I ran one 5K, so me releasing a product on how to run a successful 5K without training would be silly. They're gonna know. They're gonna know that you have no expertise on it. They're gonna know it's a skill that you don't possess. They're going to be able to read through the lines and be able to tell that you don't know nothing about what you're talking about. So why try to step outside of who you are to build a product-based business whenever you have a plethora of knowledge that lives inside of you? You've gone through the divorce. You've had a troubled teen. You love being able to drink out of reusable cups. You create your own hair care products anyway. You enjoy cooking and writing out your recipes. You love accessories and have an amazing sense of fashion that you swear is innate. So use that to start your business. And in case you need some more examples on where to start, I'm going to give you a list of the very best product-based businesses that you can start with $0. Digital products, come to the front. Ebooks, online planners, template, downloadables, and even freebies require zero inventory and 100% profit. And if you noticed, I added freebies in that list because offering something to someone and asking for their email in return may not make the cha-ching today, but the moment that you're ready to email that individual, because now they know, like, and trust you, and the relationship is built, that's where the dollars reside. We created the digital version of the Ambition Planner in 2022. And even though we've made slight moderations to it throughout the years, they've probably taken us about an hour to 3 hours to update. So we sell thousands of digital planners every single day on a product that we made almost 4 years ago. There is so much opportunity in a digital product. Yes, it may take you time initially to write that ebook on how to survive a divorce, but consider the amount of individuals that you are helping and the amount of revenue that you can generate by producing a product that someone needs and values. Print on demand. T-shirts, mugs, journals, tote bags, reusable grocery bags, hoodies, pins, notebooks, phone cases. I could go on and on. Print on demand offers you absolutely no reason to hold inventory, and it allows you the ability to create something that is extremely unique. What I have found with print on demand services is that all you really need is Canva and an idea. Going to Canva, creating your design using graphics or text, and taking them to a site like Printful will allow you to be able to upload your PNG or JPEG to their site and impose it on the back of a hoodie, on the front of a notebook, or on a mug or mouse pad. With a little creativity and know-how, you can start your print on demand business as soon as today. The third most popular product-based business to start this year is eco-friendly or sustainable products, reusable bags, glassware, bottles, and natural home goods. These products are in high consumer demand. And although this business is not as easy to start without money in the bank, there are plenty of spaces where you will be able to find these products and be able to start selling them as a dropshipper. The same goes for beauty and skincare, private label body wash, body oils, lash cleaner, lotions and potions are an evergreen industry and is something that is always going to be in demand. We're not stepping out the house ashy, so you know that there's always a market for beauty and skincare products. Health and wellness is trending this year, and identifying a product that you can sell in this genre has a high perceived value, especially if you're an expert. Please do not be out here giving people health and wellness tips if you have no idea what you're talking about. But the moment that you can show proof that you have tried it and it's worked for you, why gatekeep? Take the things that you have learned, the formula, the weight loss program, the diet, the workout, put it inside of an ebook, and what I can promise you, based on your results, that downloadable will sell like hotcakes. It has high value. We all want to be healthier. We all desire to live our absolute best life. So if you offer a product that is going to help me to be able to stop feeling lethargic, have hormonal discomforts, be able to lose weight, get my family to eat more vegetables, or improve any other area of my life, I'm gonna buy it. With this short list of best products that are selling this year, I know that you can see yourself starting your own business. That is why the second step in this process is to set up your store, preferably for free. Spaces like Shopify offer you the opportunity to have a 14-day free trial. Therefore, you have 14 days to get your product up and start selling. Start telling individuals that it's available. Start testing your demand and measuring what individuals are willing to purchase. There are so many spaces where you can sell your products and not have to lay down a credit card in order to do so. Signing up for a free account on Printful or Printify will give you a landing page that you can drop in the link in your bio and send individuals there to purchase your mugs, your mouse pads, your lipstick, or your hoodies. The trick to setting up your store is to ensure that you have good quality pictures. You're not going to be there in order to tell them what that leather jacket feels like. You're not going to be able to tell them how well it fits around their arms and their torso, how it's double lined, and how velvety soft it feels on the inside and out. They're only going to be able to perceive that from your pictures. So make sure that they're detailed. Showing that one picture on that AI model, maybe from the front, the back, and the side, isn't going to sell your product. Using words and pictures on whatever space that you choose to sell your product on is going to ensure that you are successful. If you need to spend money in this process, I would suggest that it's on your pictures. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words and $1,000. So make sure that they're quality. And the last step in this process is to pre-sell or purchase inventory. Like I stated earlier, I'm giving you tips on how to be able to start your business with $0 in the bank. But if this is something that you've been working on for some time now, and you got a little nest egg saved up, then use the money wisely to be able to invest in your business. Validate your product, understand your competition, test your market, create amazing samples, and send your product off to spaces like AliExpress, or Pietra. Using these platforms to be able to send you a sample of your product first and your inventory is an amazing way to be able to sell your product from your independent site. I know we have a lot going on with the increase in tariffs, shipping costs, and shipping time, but from my experience, holding your own inventory is worth it. Sending your sample of your product off to a vendor, having them to be able to produce it for you, is going to ensure that you're able to control the quality. To everything, there are pros and cons. And one of the cons to using a drop shipping or print on demand service is that you can't always control the texture, the quality, or the quantity that you're able to produce. But as I stated, if you have the capital to invest in your business, and want to utilize any of those platforms that I suggested to be able to order your product, I definitely suggest that you should do so. If you do not have the upfront capital to be able to purchase those products, here's a pro tip for you. There's nothing wrong with opening pre-sale. Send your product sample to your vendor that maybe you vetted from Alibaba. Ask them to send you a sample back and use those samples to create high quality photos to place on your website and social media. Once you have identified that you have a good product, that its quality is exactly what you've been looking for, and you know that you're going to be able to sell out, it's time to place an order for a few thousand while simultaneously opening your pre-sale. Once you know that your product is quality and it's on the way, opening a pre-sale and offering the opportunity for your consumer to purchase that product before you actually have inventory is an amazing way to turn around the dollars that they have given you back into the payment that you owe your vendor. I have done this process on rinse and repeat hundreds of times. And as long as you've taken the steps that I offered you in the beginning of this episode for individuals to know, like, and trust you, people will pre-order your product knowing that they may not receive it for even up to 30 days. They want to be the first. They want to support your brand. They don't want the product to sell out as soon as it becomes available to the masses. So use the scarcity model to your advantage. If you know you only ordered 1,000 robes, slippers, and sweatpants, then open your pre-sale up to the exact number of units that you purchase and let individuals know that it's available in limited quantity. What I have had happen over and over again is a good and a bad problem. I have sold out of the Ambition Planner before it was ever even in hand. Pre-ordering works. We're willing to support brands that we like. We're willing to pay money to solve our problems. If you utilize the steps that I offered you today, you can sell out of your product before you have the inventory in hand as well. Okay, so because you've gotten to this point in the video, I'm gonna offer you a bonus tip, and that is the give, give, ask method. If you are in business, be it a seasoned business owner or startup entrepreneur, the give, give, ask method is a powerful way to provide value before making a request for purchase. Give number one, for example, could be that you offer insight, a resource, or you're sharing tips that aligns with the product that you offer. Your second give is that you're going to engage with that individual in a personal way, liking their content, purchasing their product, or even offering a word of encouragement is an amazing way to give to a potential purchaser. After you've given twice, or maybe even 15 times, it's time to make your ask. Ask when the moment feels right. Nothing would be more awkward than us going on our very first date and me asking for your hand in marriage. You had to give. You had to get to know them. You had to fall in like with them. Then you fell in love with them. Then you may have even broke up a few times, only to find out that you couldn't live without it. This is the give, give, ask method. And it works every single time. Gifting someone the solution to their problem before asking them to purchase it ensures that you have a loyal customer who will turn their friends and family into loyal customers as well. I said in the beginning of this episode that I was not going to tell you what I thought. I was going to tell you what I know. And what I know is how to build a sustainable brand and a profitable business that is going to help leave a legacy for your future generations. That is going to be able to take the idea that you have in your mind that's keeping you up at night and make it a reality. The tips and suggestions that I have offered you today are just the beginning of the profitable product businesses that you want to create. I gave you a list of some things that are trending, but you know what your experience is. You know the skills that only you possess. Use your skills and experiences to help you to create a product that is going to enhance someone's life. Honey, we're waiting for you. We've been waiting for what you have to offer for way too long. And today is the perfect day to take the tips that I have offered you on how to start your profitable product-based business with $0 and help someone's life be a little bit easier. Oh, honey, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I wanted to give you the steps that I have personally taken, pro tips, and things I wish someone had told me sooner in order to be able to start your business. Sis, I love you, and I pray that you are well and that you're doing something every single day to reach your most ambitious goals.